Obviously, you're not a golfer.
You want a toe? I can get you a toe. Believe me, there are ways, dude. You don't want to know about it, believe me.
Yeah, but Walter...
Hell, I can get you a toe by 3 o'clock this afternoon with nail polish.
That rock really tied the room together, did it not?
Hello, and welcome to this podcast. Really ties the room together. Episode number 2. My name is Joseph Eastwood Fresh. How y'all doing out there? That's Mr. James Koppel with me. Today, we're discussing... Well, wait a minute. First of all, I've only 2 episodes in. We both love Fallout. He more so than I, since he's still playing it.
15-year-old game.
Have you finished Fallout the series, and what did you think of Fallout?
I have finished the Fallout the series, and I thought it was phenomenal. I thought it was great.
No, there's that loud clink. It's just water, folks. Amber water. Southern gold. Okay. I liked it. I loved it. The start of it. I've heard a few small beefs, but I think it's already been renewed for season 2.
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm excited to watch it. I just haven't had the time, and it seems like one of those shows I don't want to watch with my son, my 7-year-olds.
Yeah, it's graphic.
Seems like it might be a bit much. And of course, my wife wants to watch it as well. My wife! So, finding time for all that might also be problematic. But I'm going to get it done. So, now that that's out of the way, the year 1986.
Good year.
July 25th. And just, it was just about 50 days before this, a little movie called Raw Deal came out. We'll talk about that next week. July 25th, 1986. I got a bunch of number 1 songs. I guess they're because...
There were so many good songs. They all
guess.
hit number 1.
What do you get? What you got a guess for songs? There's several of them here. There's like the R&B. There's the pop charts, etc. One of them is "That's What Friends Are For." Dionne Warwick.
Dionne Warwick. I saw her in concert. My first ever concert.
Really?
Yep. In Dallas, Texas, I think, in a field in the middle of nowhere.
JFK wasn't around there, was he?
No.
You weren't near. You weren't near Book Depository, were you?
Maybe.
Shark likes to bring up, when have you ever heard of anybody talking about a book depository except for one time?
One time.
And nobody thinks it's strange. Nobody's like, I've never heard of a book depository before.
I don't think I've ever seen one.
He was saying, I'm sure he's lying, but he said, my mom was a librarian, and she never came close to a book depository.
I'm just trying, how do you shove a whole book?
Sideways. Like The Rock told us many years ago. Sideways. Oh, wait, that's suppository.
Oh, my bad.
That's right. Number 1 song, Dionne Warwick, That's What Friends Are For. However, on the other chart, I Wanna Be. Where are you, pro or con on this song? Sledgehammer. I'll be your fruit cake. I'll be your honeybee.
I used to hate it.
Okay.
I don't love it now, but if it happens to come on, I guess it's more nostalgic now than the nostalgia than the quality.
I used to
of
love it. I used to be a big fan of it, and then I went to this song, stupid. Now I don't care anymore. I just listen to it, whatever. The other number 1 song called "Rumors."
Rumors going the rap song? Rumors?
No, by Timex Social Club.
Yeah, that might have been and then they did
And the rap covered it.
And they did a parody of it called Roaches. Is that right?
Yeah, it sounds right.
Yeah.
I think that's probably right. Roaches round. My roaches come around. Just give them time. Roaches round. All right, sorry. I can get carried away. All right, we're talking about what came out on that day also. Oh, wait, number 1 movie? A good movie about aliens called Aliens. Maybe one of the best movies about aliens ever.
Where you actually see the alien?
It was number 1, yes, where you actually see them. And you are sure that they are part of the plot.
Right.
Because this movie, even at the end, you're like, Were they?
Just because like two people decided it was aliens.
Yes, two speeches, one of which
Could it be?
was Emilio Estevez after he is exhausted. I mean, he is worn out from pumping gas. He looks like he's just worked 48 hours on an oil rig.
Right. Because what? Pumping gas? It's no joke. I mean,
And he says, and quote, "They're brooms. They're just brooms. They're like aliens. And what do you do when you take over a place? You clean it up."
Clean it up.
That, we haven't even said what we're talking. We're talking about the 1986 classic, Maximum Overdrive, written and directed by Stephen King, first and
Brilliantly
last.
written and directed.
Yes, brilliantly. You know, the thing is, when it comes to the meat and potatoes direction of it, it's actually not bad.
Yeah.
When it comes to the acting and directing of the people, it's
And plot and
dog crap.
everything
It's just, and
else.
plot and theme and arc. Anything really?
Is there an arc? Is it?
Does anyone have an arc? I think everyone is just an a-hole.
They could have used Noah here.
And they die. Give me two of everything. Maximum Overdrive, 1986, July 25th. We start out. I didn't write it down. There's a title card that tells you comet Rhea M. Earth is passing through its tail, and it tells you precisely how long it's going to be. It's going to pass through its tail for 7 days,
a week
8
and
hours,
something.
23 minutes, and 8 seconds. If the rest of this movie had that much specificity, it might have been awesome.
Which has no bearing, really, on the movie.
None. We don't know. Because, spoilers, at the end of the movie,
We
they're
hate to
like,
spoil this.
there's a Russian satellite that has nuclear capability shot down a UFO. And once again, in title card. Not part of the movie.
Not part of the movie.
We don't see it. It's just, here you go. So it starts out, Rhea M.
They blew all their money on semi-trucks. They couldn't afford it.
I do know that, King and George Romero were buddies back in the day. And he showed his original cut of this to George Romero, and George Romero apparently threw up. Because it was so gross. It had an X rating. They had to cut back like a bunch of blood and violence,
I
what
think
have
they
you.
probably should have kept that version.
It might have helped the movie, to be honest with you. So we start out, we're in North Carolina. Like, it's weird. King always sets stuff in Bangor, Maine, but suddenly we're in North Carolina
Well,
or
he
Derry.
didn't want this movie
Yeah, he was like,
to taint any further movies in Bangor, Maine.
he went back in ADR. Actually, this is going to take place in North Carolina.
It only makes sense there.
Yeah, we get. He's the first guy you see in a very Hitchcockian cameo. He goes to get some money out of the bank. The bank at the top says "F you."
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that. It doesn't say "F you." We're on the radio. And then as he's trying to get some money out, it says "F you, asshole." I believe, right?
Yep.
To which he says, "Hey, sugar buns, get over here. This thing called me an asshole." Didn't the movie we watched last week have sugar buns in it?
Maybe.
I feel like Jackie Treehorn. Say, "Hey, sugar buns."
I think he might have said sugar tits.
I think you might be right. I thought he called his lady sugar buns at some point. Maybe it comes back somewhere else. I don't know. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, Stephen King. We see him for a second. Not very violent, that ATM.
No?
Could have been shooting money at him. Something.
Paper cut the hell out of him?
Paper cut. Woo!
Jesus!
That's no good. So the first sign we see, so the plot, if you've never seen it, and I pray that you've seen it, but the plot is, there's no plot. Machines take over, machines become sentient. Now, what quantifies as a machine
It's loosely.
is very loose. It's like a lot of machines don't get taken over.
That could do a lot of damage.
That could do damage. Other machines that you think like, well, that's not really a machine, killing people. Blow dryers, for example, are somehow wrapping themselves
Video
around
games.
people's necks. Video games, headphones, couple bloody headphones, couple Walkmans,
Yeah.
strangled people.
Yeah. Because, there's moving parts in the wires.
Yeah, we get this kid, and he's driving through town, and we see all this destruction. Now, I would argue a bicycle is a machine.
Yeah.
Is it not?
Yes.
It's very much a machine.
Yes.
He's riding this bike. He's fine. However, we see another kid wipe out on his bike and then get ran over by a steamroller.
Which is plausible.
Now, was he just a clumsy oaf and he fell on his bike? That remains to be
If so,
seen. But
why would that be in the movie?
that's true. The first thing we really see is there's a bridge. People are going back and forth on this bridge. This is how it opens. It's all the credits are rolling. Traffic coming back and forth. We get to meet two D-sticks that are running the bridge. King makes everybody an idiot. Everybody in a Stephen King book or story is just like the worst.
I think that's probably the most accurate part of this movie in North Carolina.
We get a guy picking his nose while he's playing rummy with his buddy.
Yeah.
Can you play rummy with two people?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know. I've never had to just play with two. I have friends.
It's much easier than playing slapjack alone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never tried that. Now, this is where the fun part of the movie kicks in. Something it's got going for it is it's got ACDC's the entire soundtrack. It even says music by ACDC. And then we get a little cameo.
Yep.
The ACDC van.
Yep.
Which I didn't know they had a van. I didn't know they're solving mysteries.
It's A-Team-esque.
It's 18.
Or...
You got a problem, fool. Call ACDC. I won't even tell you what ACDC stand for. They solve mysteries. The government looking for them. They're undercover operatives, but also really easy to find if you're in trouble. Fool. Just don't get me up in no plane, fool. I don't fly. It would come back from commercial if you're not familiar with the A-Team and E-Team, and it would shoot bullet holes. It would say the A-Team returns, and bullet holes would come to the screen. And myself and my brother used to fight over who could shoot the bullet holes the fastest. What an asinine child thing to fight about. I shot him first. No, you didn't. I got to him. Keep in mind, my brother's like 8 years old, which makes it all the worse. Anyway, they're on this bridge. We see the buttons get pushed in all by themselves. And then we see the bridge start to come up, and the guys that are working there have some great reactions. The cars start sliding. There's just carnage on the bridge.
And people act like they have no clue how to deal with a bridge that's going up. Like, do I continue driving on it? Yes.
Yeah,
If I'm at the middle where it's opening up, do I try to get off of it? No.
No, just stay there. But no one knows what to do. Everybody freaks out. Now, I thought it strange. The ACDC van gets eliminated almost instantly.
Yeah.
I was really bummed. I was like, I thought they were going to have something to do.
I wonder if that went
the
to
movie.
I wonder if that's findable. That ACDC van.
Oh, man. Wouldn't it be great if we could find it? Tune it up.
And we could do the show on the road.
I was going to say
out
we
of
could take the
AC/DC
show
van.
mobile out of the ACDC van. On a highway to hell.
I could go either way on that topic.
Bridge, carnage. Cut to Green Goblin.
Yes.
I don't think they got Green Goblin's permission. I was talking the other day about the greatest American hero and how indicative it was of the 1980s to be like, children love comics. Let's make a comic.
And superheroes.
And superheroes. Let's make a show about one. Oh, who do you want to do? Spider-Man? Batman? Superman? No, we're just going to make our own. Now, what's weird about that is in 1980, Marvel had no power whatsoever. They would have been thrilled. They would have been like, 10,000. We'll license Iron Man or whatever. But no, they were like, we'll create our own guy, curly-haired guy.
Because we don't want to pay anything.
Which, by the way, that guy was almost Luke Skywalker. And that bums me out every time I think about it. Robert Daltrey, curly-haired, looking Luke Skywalker running around with Han Solo. The movie would have failed, I think. Anyway, carnage on the bridge.
I don't know if Hamill's ability saved that movie, to be honest.
Just imagine him with Robert Daltrey hair, though. Imagine the Greatest American Hero in there.
Sure, they would have cut his hair.
Swinging.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that's true. Hopefully Luke Keys would have stepped in there. Bridge is over. Cut to Green Goblin, Happy Toys truck. It's a pretty cool truck.
It is a cool truck.
And then we cut to my favorite character in the movie, the waitress. I don't know if she has a name besides waitress, but she's great from line one.
Yeah.
She should have won at least the BAFTA.
Best supporting actress. Something. Yes,
Something.
for sure.
Everything she says is great. I wish I could have kept up and wrote down more of her lines. We cut to Emilio Estevez. He's cooking in the back, sweaty as could be. He's sweaty this entire movie. It's like me.
A ton of food on.
Doing anything.
It's just told to leave it.
Lots of food. There's maybe 6 people in the restaurant, I think, and there's just food. They're all yelling about their coffee and getting their food on time. I have that there's a Knight Rider video game. I don't know if you caught that. There was a Knight Rider arcade. Yo Mama Guy. I don't know what that means. I wrote down Yo Mama Guy. Now we see this back. I have porn back room. There's open vaginas on the wall. Did you catch this?
Yeah.
That there is just a wall of pornography.
Yes.
Of like hardcore pornography. It's not
Well,
just.
it's kind of a truck stop in the 80s.
But there's a bed laying down. Is it what I think it is? Is it like the J Shack? Is it a J Shack for truckers?
Maybe, yeah. It's very clean.
Later, Emilio and the road twitch, as she's called, have some relations in that bed. Emilio's all sweaty. The waitress is cooking what looks like the worst eggs I've ever seen. She's just like throwing eggs on this flat top grill and mixing them up with a spatula with like the hash browns. It really grossed me out. If you've ever worked in a kitchen, I was like, stop it. He's gonna have to recook all that. Did you notice the guy? He's getting cigarettes. It starts just spitting out cigarettes. He's stealing all. Did you notice who that was?
No.
That was I have to look at his name.
He looked familiar, but
It was Carlo Esposito from Breaking Bad fame.
Huh.
It's that guy, and foreshadowing Breaking Bad, he kind of got blown to death by a cigarette machine. Kind of took half of his face off. The effects just weren't that good. But yeah, I noticed that was him. There's a game called Star Castle. Did you ever play Star Castle?
Yes.
It was arcade. I noticed that was the one that...
it was kind of featured.
Yes, that was the only one. Blew up. Oh, yeah. Foreshadowing. Breaking Bad death. Now this, I have a clip for this one. Because... let's see. Got some trivia there. Here we go. This death was a little bit too much for me. This is how we see the kid start his death here. Oh, well, okay. Looks like, hey, great time. Kids playing
Good, clean, healthy, wholesome.
Americana right here. Sodas. And what do you get after you win a game?
Soda.
Sodas.
Or beer. You know, but I guess at that age, soda.
Sodas. No Dairy Queen. It's not a regional. Uh-oh. Soda machine doesn't work. What's going on here?
So I have a theory also.
Uh-oh. I love how quickly the kids are like, yeah.
I have a theory that after this movie, we started getting away from soda machines.
Oh. You're right. People got scared of them because of this movie. And that myth that, like, soda machines kill 2,000 people a year.
Right.
By falling on them.
Right. So we started seeing more Quickie Mart type things with glass doors that open. So that I think the fear that this movie instilled, because it reached millions.
Yes.
Millions.
If I had to guess, anyway.
And, or at least thousands.
It didn't show what there was. What I really want to see, the guy has a hole in his head. Then the kid takes off. He's smart. He gets his catcher's mask, and he's
because kids are smarter than adults.
The adults. But then he tosses the mask and just runs for it. Maybe he's not that smart. So now, oh, we get the steamroller death. I should have found that one. That's the best part. Then we meet the sleazy guy, the sleazy Bible salesman, which I think Cop has some analogy, which he might talk about it sometime, about who this guy is. And
I don't want to get too political, so I may leave it out. But
clearly, if you know what signs to look for, you know who this guy is in the future. Nowadays. So he's this Bible salesman. King hates religion. If somebody's religious in a King book or story, they're probably awful. And of course, this guy's awful.
made out to be buffoons.
Yeah, he keeps trying to put his hand on Road Twitch's thigh, to which she's just getting more and more annoyed. I like that she, stands up for herself. But of course, he is instantly like, starts yelling about her mouth.
Right.
Even though he was trying to sexually harass her. Even though he was trying to have sex with a very young girl. He's a Bible salesman, keeps preaching about God. Meanwhile, he's just trying to screw the Road Twitch. And gets real mad at her. When
Not
she
our term.
Shuts down.
Not
our term.
Yeah.
No, Road Twitch is what Bubba calls her.
Right.
Hey now, Bubba. Now, Bubba calls everybody Bubba. Did you know? Well, you didn't watch those movies. We just watched Batman and Batman Returns. Mm-hmm. Bubba is Commissioner Gordon in the Batman movies.
Huh.
He's horrible in them, which I'm glad. After watching this, I was like, oh, that's the option. If he has two modes, I'm glad we got the Commissioner Gordon one, because the other option's this. And it's just being a a-hole constantly. So she gets out of the store. She says, eats my shorts. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, is that a... But then I was like, no, Simpsons haven't come out yet. No. Because then we meet probably the most annoying person in the movie. Lisa Simpson herself.
Yes.
Yardley Smith shows up. God bless her.
She didn't write the script.
She didn't write the script. I have a feeling, though, she improv'd, and King was like, yeah, more of that.
More
and
of that.
I've noticed Dino De Laurentiis produced this movie, and if you see his name, you're in for a good time. But he also produced the movie we're going to talk about next week, Raw Deal. And...
which he clearly got much better between movies.
Yeah, yes.
He must have went to ninja school or something.
In the... or wait, that one came out first.
Did it?
Yeah, it came out a month and a half.
Maybe got a drug.
It came out 2
problem.
months before this movie, Raw Deal did. But also in Raw Deal, there's also a... I think Dino is just like, every movie's got to have a woman you can't stand. It's just like, you got a character that's a woman that's just awful that the audience can hate. Because constantly, like Arnold's wife, well, we'll get into it next time, but his wife, which you never see.
Other than the beginning of the movie. Is a peach. She's a peach.
She's such a nice, making him a cake. We meet Lisa, and she's so annoying. How many times in this movie did I write down, why isn't she dead yet?
Which makes it all the more realistic.
Yes.
Because in real life, that character would have lived till the very end.
Yes. Now, I think we have the first, the knife's the first thing, right? The old electric knife.
Yes.
Which, those used to be everywhere when we were little. Do people still use electric knives?
It's much less.
It was a thing. Like,
widely.
dads had electric knives to carve up turkeys and stuff. And
Filet fish.
Yes. I was gonna say the ones I remember the most were there were two of them out in my dad's barn that were just his fish fillet. Electric knife.
Although I've yet to ever
Weird
see
concept.
one attack someone. I've seen people carelessly use them.
Yeah. Yeah, but this thing straight up attacks the waitress. Poor waitress. I was scared she was going away. I wasn't really. I've seen the movie. First question. Now we could do this all day. How do these things see? What are they using to see? How are they aware of what's around them?
Right.
Because at one point we see the goblin. He's using his mirror to spy on Emilio, as if there's someone sitting in there who can tell who's looking in that mirror.
Right.
There's also a truck that doesn't have anything but a machine gun.
Right.
Now, here's another problem.
That looks enormous when you first see it, along with the dozer.
Yeah.
Looks like
Great.
the biggest dozer ever. And then whenever it pulls up, it's very small, and so is the cart with the machine gun.
Yes, it's tiny. It's like the size of this table.
Yeah.
Literally. Like Emilio walks around it and he's like joking with it. Like, hey man, yeah, keep the safety on, buddy. We're pals now. I'll get you some gas. And then he tricks it by spinning it really fast. Now, other question. This machine gun seems to be sentient. We find out there's a hole. It's a conservative's wet dream in this basement. There's just rocket launchers and grenades, rifles, some machine guns, whatever he wants down there. At one point, Emilio says, "What's he got down there?" He intimidates the dummy that works there, and he says, "He's got everything." Everything! He says it twice. By the way, that scene, what the hell's wrong with Stephen King? They're having a discussion in the bathroom. The guy's on the toilet, and there's just like, lack of a better, there's shit sounds happening.
Yeah.
Like disgusting, like.
I mean, I know it was the 80s and things were...
Now, famously, King says that he does not remember any of this movie because he was on so much cocaine that he really doesn't remember directing. Now, it probably doesn't hurt that he got sued and lost, I think, $18 million. Because there's one scene, it's like 10 seconds, where there's a mower that takes off down a driveway. Mm-hmm. He insisted that they have the blades in the mower. And the prop people were like, you don't need the blades in the mower, we can't see them. And he was like, no, I want them in there so you can see the dust flying up from underneath it. Well, it happened to kick a rock out into the cinematographer's eye and blinded him for life. So
Can you imagine?
Once again, he was a cinematographer.
Cinematographer.
On a Stephen King movie?
Being blinded for life
By this.
because of this movie. Can you imagine the rage?
I don't know.
The rage built up in that man.
He got paid a lot, and when you see the movie, you're like, it was for that shot that went nowhere. It was literally a lawnmower going down a driveway. I don't think you saw a payoff.
No.
It was just a kid riding his bike.
Yeah, I just kind of chased him.
Oh, good God. Well, my heart goes out to you. It's no Alec Baldwin, but it's close.
Right.
Good manslaughter ass. All right.
It could have been.
It could have been. So Emilio, he goes in the truck. There happens to be a Jack-in-the-Box in the back of it. It might be that pissed me off more than anything in this movie. I was like, what?
That's where you drew the line?
That's where it jumped the shark for me. I was like, so does it control the Jack-in-the-Box? Did the cool truck driver that we saw in the beginning of the movie, that's Yo Mama. He says he makes a Yo Mama joke, I think. That's why I wrote that down. He's pretty cool looking, though. He's got that in the back of his thing where he sleeps. I don't know. It just made me, I was like, what is this for?
I can't even.
Then we get all the deaths. We have a dead dog.
Yeah.
King was just like, here's a dead dog. And how did it die? A little remote control police car drove itself into its mouth.
And the dog was.
What did your wife?
Couldn't defend
What did
itself.
your wife think about that? Did she even catch it?
Yeah, I'm sure she did.
There were more headphone deaths. There's an ice cream cone truck that comes back later.
Yes.
Called, what the heck was it called? Tasty. I don't remember. Doesn't matter. Then we see the mechanic. He's like, I gotta go find my boy, because they're convinced. Has somebody died by this point? The truck has ran over. No, it doesn't.
It was on the radio.
It was on the radio. That's right.
A lot of things were happening. People were getting.
And the knife cut the lady.
Yeah.
Oh, and the guy died from the Carlo Esposito from Breaking Bad died from the video game.
Yes.
So this guy's like, I gotta go find my son. I gotta go. This is the weirdest shot. When he's blinded, how does he get blinded? I don't remember. Something squirts him in the eyes.
Was it oil? Was it? I think it.
I don't
diesel
remember.
fuel, maybe. I can't.
I don't remember. But he is blinded, and it shows him looking into the sun. His eyes are all red, and it's just the weirdest shot. It made me laugh so freaking hard. If you could see it, he gets ran over.
Do you think
instantly.
they filmed that shot after the cinematographer actually got blinded? And then this guy's pretending to be blind, and then he's like looking to the cinematographer for cues on how blind people actually. Maybe that wasn't even part of the movie. And they
It's
cut
what
it
it looked
in.
like. Because he's looking so strange. It looked like, I think what it was, I think he's lying down.
Yeah.
I think he's lying down so they could put liquid in his eyes that would stay in his eyes. And then they just superimposed him on front of the background. It has to be, because it looks so weird. It's so odd looking. And he's lit differently than the background. It's a really weird shot. He's blinded. He instantly gets ran over. Now the Bible sleaze. This is the part where the movie really takes it up for me, and I started getting excited. I started writing down quotes. This is where the Bible salesman yells to the trucks. You want to rock and roll with me, puss bag? You low down scumball. I can't wait to start saying you want to rock and roll with me, puss bag.
Which he's yelling at technically no one.
There's no one there. I don't. It's so stupid. We don't know. Are they possessed by the alien spirit? Are they
Demons.
Are they demons? You think they're demons?
I think that it makes more sense.
it's one of your theories,
Because demons, I could see controlling things.
like knowing what they're doing, being
Right.
sentient, being able to write English Morse code.
But
aliens wouldn't know Morse code.
No, and aliens wouldn't know a lot. Like
They wouldn't know about gas, probably.
Aliens couldn't
Well,
make
unless they're transformers.
machines without microchips do things. I believe demons could, because
Oh, you're right. Yeah, and there's no way
they
that
couldn't adjust a mirror that wasn't a motorized mirror on a semi truck.
Yes, or spin a machine gun.
Right.
That has no mechanism
Demons
to do that.
could.
Demons totally
Because
could.
demons are real.
Maybe.
Aliens are not. I think we all agree.
I mean, it depends which History Channel you watch.
The Catholic Channel or the
If
the
you
History
watch TLC, you believe in ghosts. If you watch History Channel, you believe in aliens.
Right.
The Learning Channel, that's the one that's real.
Channel? Right.
My 600-pound wife. Oh, I can't wipe myself, dude.
Was raped by a demon. Oh, you can't say the R word, can you? We'll have to edit that.
What did you say? I missed it.
That's okay.
We don't edit this show anymore. I'm too busy.
I've been noticing on YouTube. I've been watching a lot of stuff,
Uh-huh.
and you can't say the.
Now, this is when we meet Lisa Simpson and her lesbian fiance, young Bill Maher. Before he got turned into a turf and started talking shit about trans people. And by the way, there's some trans people in the next movie. I got to that's
You want to just skip to that one?
the lesbian fiance of Lisa Simpson. They get ran off the road. Something starts chasing him. It's a big semi. He says, "I think I just loaded my pants." Yeah, I think I just loaded my pants.
So,
What kind of expression? Stephen King's the king of.
why do people, especially in the 80s and 90s, put expressions in movies that no one says?
That no one says. I think it
There's
honest
not
to God.
copyrights on them.
Well, here's the thing. It's so if you put in the expression everybody knows, they'll say, "Well, that's not good writing. You're a hack," because you're just using an expression that's already out there, right? If you make up one though, then you have the problem of nobody says this.
Right.
And only like the most clever writers can get away with making their own vernaculum. King's not one of them.
No.
Some of his books, I think he does do that. Definitely not Maximum Overdrive. There's a couple books I can think of that like where they have their own kind of lingo. The Stand a little bit because of people's culture and what have you. And nonetheless, it's a weird thing to do in movies.
Right.
Linklater
Linklater
can
just
do it.
so cringy.
Yeah.
There's so much cringe.
If you think about Dazed and Confused,
No, yeah, well,
like that's a perfect example of like they weren't going for this is an expression. It was just this is the way these people talk.
right.
Which is better than this. Which is this is like everybody has an expression for something. For example, Emilio, the chick Road Twitch has a switchblade. Looks like one that was on the comb, but it doesn't have a comb. It's a real blade. And Emilio says, "Mama's little helper." Have you ever heard anybody call a switchblade Mama's little helper? Mama's little helper was Speed, as far as I knew,
Right.
from the Rolling Stones song. I don't know.
I think I've heard of weapons being referred to.
Okay.
Maybe. Back
Maybe.
then.
Maybe. Okay.
But, yeah.
You might have me. But no, this movie's full of somebody saying something that they pretend is like an expression that everybody should know. But it's not. It's, I just loaded my pants. Oh no, you loaded your pants. It's going to stink in here. I'm Lisa Simpson. I put a bullet in my head right now. I love The Simpsons. I love Lisa. But God, I couldn't stand her.
Brutal.
She
was brutal in this
so
movie.
bad. It was so stinking bad.
And you would have had to have been on so much blow to not cut her scenes.
Not cut her. Oh, I think you loved it. She gets the last line of the movie. She's in the boat. Spoilers, they're escaping a boat. And she's like, "It's all wet out here. What am I doing out
I hate
here,
to
Bill
ruin the
Maher?
movie for you, but...
Hey, Bill Maher, don't start hating on trans people, you asshole. Got us out here to boat. You stupid, rich, privileged piece of shit." That's what I think of Bill Maher. I sound nothing like her. Or Lisa Simpson.
But it's just as annoying, so it works.
It's pretty good. Not Lisa Simpson. I love Lisa Simpson. I'm calling her Lisa Simpson because I don't know her character's name. I guess I could call her Yardley, but I like Lisa Simpson a little bit. They finally make it to the gas station, the truck stop. He's like, "I'm gonna run in through this gap." By this point, we're doing a horrible job. If you haven't watched the movie,
I think it's just as clear as the movie was.
By this point, a bunch of trucks have gathered there, and they're just circling the truck stop, just going in a circle.
Controlled by.
But Bill Maher, controlled by demons.
What we think.
Demones, as they call them in Italy. Here comes Lisa Simpson and Bill Maher, and they're like, "We're going to make it." And they come in, they crash. I'm like, thank God Lisa's dead. We don't have to listen. Nope. She's okay. They're both fine. We hear her going, "Get me out of this car. Get the jaws of life in here. Help me, God. Oh, God, somebody."
You sound like Edith Bunker.
"I'll watch it. There's a God to toss days. Get over here, Bill Maher. Save me." Bill Maher pulls her out.
God love Bill Maher. Nobody else does.
No, she loves him. Later, he's, I'm pretty sure he's finger blasting her in that seat at one point, and she's just like, "Oh, Bill Maher, finger blast me like all your whores in your dirty hot tub after your real time. New rule, Bill Maher.
Thou shalt not stick your nose in my butt."
New rule, Bill Maher. You can finger blast me in front of strangers, just don't do any butt stuff."
All of this would have made this movie better.
Just me off camera yelling at Lisa Simpson extra lines to say, "Now talk about some butt stuff." I'm not canceled anytime soon. I love getting finger blasted in front of strangers in a dirty truck stop at the end of the world.
So at this point, we don't even know what's happening. Theoretically.
Nobody knows what's happening. Maybe somebody's had a theory. Has the waitress gone on her "we made you" speech yet?
I don't think so.
Because she does two of them, which I didn't remember. She does one of them. She freaks out a little bit, and they pull her back. The last one. Yeah, nobody really knows what's happening. They're circling. They get in there. It blows up, crashes, blah, 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 blah. Oh, I have one of my favorite things in an 80s movie. The truck that's chasing them explodes before it ever crashes.
Yes.
It comes over the thing, does not impact anything. Blows up, it hits, then explodes again. Trivia. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Trivia. Every time you see that happen in The Simpsons, that was a Conan joke that he shoved into The Simpsons, and they just keep it going now, which is you'll see like a wooden carriage crash, and then it will explode.
O'Brien?
Conan O'Brien.
Yes.
He needs a friend.
Or the Barbarian?
Dino De Laurentiis produced all of them, baby. It's our guy.
Magic.
DG Entertainment.
We should try to get him on the show.
I think so. We'd have to go back in time because he's dead.
Surely someone interviewed him where we could cut it into like we're interviewing.
So let me ask you this very specific question about Conan the Barbarian.
My condolences to you, by the way. for your loss.
Have a bunch of candles lit. Pentagram here. Have it all dark. So sorry for your loss. No, Dino. You were one of our favorite producers. We barely knew you. Oh, God, if Walter still worked for me, I could get him to find those clips because I don't have the time. Dino starts the truck start. I'm lost here. At least I wrote down again. Lisa needs to die. At this point, just kill her, I wrote. She's the effing worst. Dino, I think we should maybe turn this into the Dino Dance podcast, where we just watch this movie and try to find the annoying woman that needs to die. Because we watched two of them, and both of them are like, kill this fucking bitch and be done. Okay. We haven't even talked about Bubba and how horrible Bubba is. He's employing a bunch of convicts. We learned that everybody that works there is convict because of Bubba, Mayor Gordon, Commissioner Gordon. Okay. Now, Bubba, at this point, Bubba gets mad and he starts bazooking these things. That's where we find out Bubba has a freaking arsenal downstairs. He gets bazookas out and he starts blowing these things up.
And no one aims them in the whole movie.
No, they shoot him from the hip.
Right.
Like they're a gunslinger from the Old West. He blows up a couple. 5 minutes later, Emilio grabs one. He's like, "What are you doing? Don't you shoot them things. You're going to get them in here, Bubba." It's like, you just did this.
When I do it, it's fine. When you do it,
I can shoot them some bitches all day, Bubba. I'm named Bubba, and I'm going to call you Bubba. Talk about a power move. That's BDE. That's real BDE for 1986. My name Bubba. I'm going to call you Bubba. What? He pays him for 8 hours, makes him work 9. The kid on the bike is still out there. He's still surviving. He's being chased by all these things. We cut to
trying to get to his dad that was trying to find him.
Trying to get to his dad who got blinded.
And then killed.
And then killed. When he gets back there, he finally, whatever, we'll skip that part. He finally gets there and Bubba, he says, "Where's my dad? Is my dad okay?" And Bubba says to him, "One of them things out there done got your daddy." One of them things out there run over your daddy, boy.
Which is exactly how every child wants to hear that his dad died. Let's not break it. This is, I think it's a character building moment for the kid.
Apparently it didn't bother him too much because cut to 2 minutes later, he's just blowing bubbles.
Yeah. Well, people deal with stuff differently.
The jukebox blows up and somebody says, "The whole world's gone tits up." Now, this is what he decided. Well, I can't listen to music anymore.
Yeah. Now everything's screwed.
Now, this is when we get We Made Them. This is where the waitress wins her BAFTA. Because she goes on a speech to these things about how we made them. Everybody's seen it. I don't even think we need to talk about it.
We made you. We made you.
Hold on. Maybe. Oh, it's the same one.
It's the same.
Classic.
Cut.
We'll get it this time.
Jackie Treehorn does mess up.
Jackie Treehorn here.
We made them.
Here we go.
I don't give a ladybug.
You can! We made you!
Your mama.
We made you! Didn't you understand? No! You can't do that! We
And of all the trucks, she shoots the beer truck.
High lifetime, baby. All right, that was we made you.
We made you. We made you. Which only
You can't do this.
which only nails down the fact that Who Made Who was used in this.
I didn't even think about that. Who made who? Who made you?
If
You ever listen to
made
that?
them and
You
they
ever really
made
listen to
you.
that song?
Yeah. About 9 million times.
Yeah, of course I've listened to it, yes.
Nope, never heard it. Other than the movie.
You heard of these guys? Lyrically, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's talking about playing a video game. He's talking about the he's talking about the score. He's talking about technology because he's talking about the satellite sends the signal beaming through, blah blah blah. But he says something about the video game that she played me. Mm-hmm. I can take her on the 1-and-1. Something like that. It's something about I get beat
Feel it running down your spine.
when you feel it when you turn the screw.
No.
I think he's talking about playing little Pac-Man. Little Star Quest. Well, no. What was it called? What was the game they had? Doesn't matter.
It doesn't. Nothing
Lisa's
matters
getting
at this
finger
point.
blasted. I already talked about that. Oh, Bill Maher. I don't want to go to the porn room. It's too gross back there. Just do me here.
Well, plus the road twitch was already back there.
It's true. It's sweaty because both the road twitch, and
Sweaty.
both Emilio and the road twitch were so sweaty. It was sweaty. It was. Wow. The dude.
We didn't think to bring a towel up here, did we?
It's my sweat towel, but you know, I've
sweaty
stopped sweating. It's my sweat towel, but I've stopped sweating at this point.
Where's
Anyway.
I have started?
They're so sweaty.
Sorry, dude.
At one point, Emilio is licking the sweat off her, which might be the most disgusting thing in this whole movie.
You don't do that?
It's what the. Yeah, I can't wait. Don't put on any deodorant tonight, baby. Getting up in there. Oh God, oh yeah, Bubba tells kid shows up. Bubba tells him his dad died because first he asks Emilio, and Emilio answers with a just blank stare. He's like, "Is my dad okay, Emilio?" And he just looks at him. Just say something.
Which at this point, had he said Amelia, we would have just went with it in the movie.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh no, my contraptions. Falling down here, failed. God damn it. This whole thing's falling apart. Okay. Everybody's sleeping. We got to. Everybody's sleeping. Now,
First sleep scene.
first sleep scene. Everybody's got. This one guy's got 6 chairs together. Just get on the frickin' floor,
Right.
man. What are you doing at this point?
Yeah, is this saving your back? It's not.
They put these uncomfortable wooden chairs together. That'll work. Let's see here. They blow up another trailer. I don't even know which one. Everybody's sleeping. The one guy comes in. Oh, the hero's sleeping in the porn room. We talked about that. Why is the porn room there? The next thing, some guy comes in and he starts yelling at everybody while they're sleeping. He goes, "What the hell's going on here?" Something had to be cut. Why is he so upset that everybody's sleeping? That makes absolutely no sense. Then the gun on the wagon shows up. This is where this is the second act.
And the huge dozer.
The huge dozer.
We should find that clip. Because the initial shot of the dozer was so stunning.
Yeah, you're right.
Like
it looks humongous.
I looked at Lacey. And she looked at me, and she beat me to it. And she's like, "That's one huge dozer." It was enormous.
It's like a dozer you would use at like a proper big earth moving construction site.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Huge.
It's not like your normal Steve Liggett.
And then it pulls in. It's like a lawnmower with a snow blade on it.
Yeah, it's tiny. He had to have different footage. Don't you think? Yeah. It had to be.
It's like they could only afford that dozer for one shot, and then they were like, "Well, shit, we need more shots of the dozer."
It's got to blow up now.
Well, Bob down the road's got a dozer. It's
small, but it doesn't look quite the same at all.
Far away and make it look bigger.
Bob needs some money. He blew all of his cash. His uncle had another investment scheme that went belly up. Went
Bible scheme.
Oh no, it is. We're all right. Let's see here. The kid comes up, tells him everybody's sleeping. The guy in the wagon, the wagon shows up, and now it starts doing the Morse code. What? How anybody could figure this up?
How did the demons know that anyone there knew Morse code?
Exactly. Morse code's been discontinued, I think, now. It's not a thing anymore.
I think the Navajo were the last to use it. Am I right?
Yeah, that's right. Yep. It's in that Ken Burns documentary. Okay, so it tells them they got to get some gas. I love this part. This is when Hell's Bells kicks in, and they start fueling them up. It lasts for conservatively 25 minutes of the movie. It's just trucks driving in and then putting gas in them and looking more and more tired. This is when I talked about earlier. Emilio is just exhausted, and he's like, this is when he gives the broom speech about how they're all brooms.
Yep.
And they're here to sweep up. And then they run out of gas, and then the truck tries to run him over. They put more gas in.
Because there's a gas tanker.
Because there's a gas tanker pulls up, yes. Then...
Now, had that gas tanker run out of gas?
Yes, and then what? I don't know. So then Billy the Kid gives his alien speech. I wrote down house cleaners. They're the broom. Then we forget that the Bible salesman gets ran over by this mechanized world.
He's
this
just
Biden economics.
Blissfully gone, and we don't even think about him again until they bring him back.
We hear him yelling, and it's such a cheat. It pissed me off. He's yelling, he's still alive. Somebody help me out here. They devised this plan. They got to go underground. There's a wooden sewer underneath this place. I've never seen a wooden sewer in my life, but they were literally like,
it's North Carolina.
Put some 2x8s together here.
I mean,
and put some water in it.
What do you want from North Carolina? I feel like that's pretty much how everything's thrown together.
That's true. This is where Billy the Kid and Bill Maher bond over having to walk through.
Except for Durham. Durham is
poop water. Well, yeah. He falls in the water, gets some poop in his mouth, and they both laugh about it. They get to the Bible.
Nobody got pink eye.
Nobody got pink eye. That's the sequel. They're on the island.
Who ate poo?
It's called Pink Island.
Is the song instead of Who Made It?
Poo. Poo ate poo. Here's the poo in your eye. They get to the kid finds the Bible salesman first. The Bible salesman, of course, is like, save my life or I'm going to effing kill you. It's like, oh, well, if you put it that way.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay. The kid's dragging him, and he just died. There's nothing dramatic about it.
Yeah.
They're just like, he's dead. Let's go. That's literally, I looked up, I took a note, looked up, and I was like, what happened? And my wife was like, I don't know. They just said he was dead.
Right.
And walked off.
After all that,
After all of that.
there's a lot of the story and effort that went into his miserable, meaningless death.
Yeah. The only reason they did it was so that you have this set up that they can use that thing to get away.
Right.
That's the only reason it's there. But it's such a horrible plan to
Like
get
they
away.
should have saved him, and then when they were dragging him back, he got cut in half by a semi or something. You know, something that made the effort worth it.
So they go back through the thing. There's no climax at all in this movie.
The whole movie's a climax.
Well, for Road Twitch, maybe. They get to them. They all go back under the tunnel. Lisa Simpson is still freaking alive. You're like, is she
Still
dead yet?
complaining.
No, she's still complaining. Bill Maher's just smiling at her. He just loves her. He's like, I can't wait to finger blast you again. In front of all these people on the boat. We say that on the radio. Anyway. The one guy robs a corpse. They get to the marina, and out of nowhere, this guy's like, ooh, this dead woman's got some sweet jewelry. There's a corpse. It looks like she got killed by her window.
Yeah.
Window rolled up on her.
Yeah.
And then he does not hear the Green Goblin truck pull back up.
Because who could hear a semi?
Who could hear that in the middle of the night? The dead quiet of the night.
Yeah.
It runs over him, and then
With the lights on.
with the lights on.
So you couldn't see it or
Couldn't
hear it.
see or hear it. Here it comes. Vroom. Emilio gets out the last rocket, blows it up. Here I said no. This is what I wrote down. No suspense. I won't say that. Green Goblin, Flame Town. He cuts the rope. Now I would argue that a boat is a machine.
I would also argue.
Somehow that and Lisa Simpson's car never gets affected either.
Right. Or the car that they hid behind.
Yes, that's true. And
Could have easily attacked
That's
him
the
and
end
killed
of it. That's it. That's how it ends. And then
Mercifully.
we get this little thing here. It says, "Oh, by the way, we are out of town. We're out of town.
I'm out of town.
They're gonna kick us out of town. We're out of time for the radio show. Thanks for listening so much. We're just gonna be a few more minutes on the radio, on the podcast. If you want to listen to us, look us up anywhere podcasts are found. We are on YouTube as well. Now look up 20IN21. We love you. Thanks for listening, everybody. So now this motherfucker. Thank fucking God. All right. They blow up the fucking truck. They get in the fucking boat. Lisa Simpson gets the last line of the fucking movie. I wish I'd have wrote it down, but it's some complaining shit. Dino De Laurentiis was like, get that fucking bitch to say some horrible shit. We want some more annoyance. And then a card comes up that says, the survivors of the Dixie Boy, what's it say? Are still survivors. It says something insane.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense. Then we get the next card, and this is the one that blew my mind. Because this is like, oh, by the way, this is what was really happening. We couldn't have worked this into the plot somehow.
No. It would have ruined the movie.
A Russian spy satellite, is that right?
Yeah.
With laser and nuclear missile capabilities shot down a UFO. And the Earth passed through Rhea's tail, and that was it. Are we to believe the alien was with the comet? Was it part of the comet? I mean, this is all work we're doing for this stupid fucking movie.
It was hitching a ride.
It was hiding.
Ride?
It was hiding. Oh, it was hitching a ride within the comet.
Yeah,
That I could get. These are all good ideas. If they
could have been incorporated into the plot.
if they told us about this. Now, I have a little section here at the end of the movie I like to do. Would this movie have been a little bit better if we would have had Sam Elliott, the Dude, Jackie Treehorn, or Swayze, or John Goodman in it? I say, first of all, John Goodman as Bubba, winner. Your movie's already 80 times better.
Yeah.
With him being like, oh, you're working for me, Bubba. Hey, Bubba boy, I got the big guns down here. Well, hero.
Patrick Swayze could have been the Lisa Simpson girl.
Him and Bill Maher. I would so rather see Swayze getting finger blasted. in a booth than Lisa Simpson any day.
Clearly, us and Jackie Treehorn. would have
Jackie
preferred
Treehorn,
that.
he could have been a good Bubba too. You know what I don't like about you, hero? You're a convict.
I think Jackie Treehorn could have been Emilio.
Oh, the hero himself.
Finger
Let me.
blast.
I'm going to put my hand around you and hold you.
Yeah.
You're going to be all right with that, right? Now let me lick the sweat off you, road twitch.
Road twitch.
You're not going to stab me with mama's little helper, are you?
That's what I was planning to do.
You'll never be jacked like me. Yeah. Just straight turns to skeleton. Look at my muscles. And that is the end. Sam Elliott. I don't know if there's a place for old Sammy. He could have been married to Swayze. I guess they could have reunited their love affair from that. The dude. The dude could have been the Bible salesman. It would have been a lot nicer.
They're just some Bibles, man. You know, like. I'm just putting my hand on your leg, man.
Doesn't have to mean anything, okay?
I mean, if you don't want to put out, that's like your opinion, you know?
Obviously,
you're
not a truck driver.
You're clearly a whore for not, but.
Oh, Ron Kuby. So we asked this question at the end of our other show. I guess we'll ask it on this one too. Does this belong in the 20 greatest movies of the 21st century? I say absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's ahead of actually Roadhouse.
Dino De Laurentiis, you've done it again.
You've done it
son
again,
of a
you
bitch.
son of a-
All right, thanks for listening, everybody. We're gonna go.
You son of a bitch.
Dino.